What is happening, YouTube and weight loss warriors? Have you ever wanted to know about prolonged water fasting and what I think of it? I got you right after this. What's happening, YouTube? I just wanted to let you guys know that first, I am not a medical professional. This is all my opinion. None of this is fact. And if you're going to go on any kind of long-term fast, please check with your doctor. Make sure they know what's going on. There's plenty of health clinics and plenty of things out there that deal with prolonged fasting. You got to look them up and figure it out. But at the end of the day, I definitely do not recommend you going on a prolonged water fast without seeking a physician first. But now, what's my opinion on it? And so that's an interesting topic. I remember when I first heard of prolonged water fasting was sometime when I was kind of looking at maybe getting into this journey and I didn't really know whether or not I wanted to do it. So looking up different things, I came across a documentary, and the documentary was called Facing the Fat, and it was about a guy named Kenny Staler, I think was his last name. Not 100% sure, but if you look up Facing the Fat documentary, you'll be able to find that out. So I do know his name was, I'm pretty sure it's Kenneth. So Kenneth in this documentary, he went 55 days without eating. That is a long time. First, he showed that it is possible to be done. A lot of people think that it's not. I think the world record is like 380-something days. So it has been done. It has been done multiple times by different people, but he was definitely under doctor supervision. So make sure, again, if you're going to do something that extreme, that you have people watching you. But ultimately, he lost a ton of weight. He looked like a completely different man at the end of the movie. And you're thinking, wow, this is easy. He erased years of abuse in his body in a matter of 55 days. Holy moly. I mean, and it makes you just want to jump up and start water fasting today, you know. But I think one interesting thing to note is if you look him up now, and I don't know about today, but I know there's a period of time after that he gained even more weight back and more than he had. So, I mean, he gained all his weight back and even more, excuse me. So that makes you kind of think that fasting is always a tool, whether it's long-term or short-term, but it's not the answer. And for those of you that are thinking, well, you know what, I'm big and I'll just, you know, seek my doctor and drop on a 50-day fast. Okay, what are you going to do after that fast? That's the important question. What are you going to do the day after the fast is over, and the week after the fast is over, and the months and the years afterwards? Because if you don't make that lifestyle change, it's going to go bye-bye. Same thing in the other documentary. I know a lot of you probably saw the 5-2 documentary. Same kind of situation. You saw the other guy, he was helping with the juicing and all those kind of things and gained all of his weight back. So, and in that documentary, he did an amazing job losing that weight. Gained it all back because he did not change. So once he got off the juicing, it's back. So why would I want to fast longer than 23 hours? Why do I want to go to 48? Why do I want to go to 72 and beyond that? And the answer, I think, is autophagy, which is relatively new, and there's all kinds of people that are going to hop on one side of the tracks over here and tell you that autophagy is the greatest thing that ever happened. There's another group over here that's going to say autophagy, no, it's not what they're trying to make it out to be in the fasting groups. Bottom line is, it's very new science. The guy that just won the Nobel Prize for discovering more about it was, I think, in 2017. This is 2019. I mean, it's right there. So studies are just starting to come out. People are just starting to learn about autophagy. But what exactly is the theory behind it? Number one is basically if you're not eating, your body is able to it has to use fat for energy and has to use different things for energy. So it attacks the cells, and it's not going to attack strong cells. It attacks bad cells, and it eats the bad cells and turns them into energy, making it as simple as I possibly can there. So ultimately, at the end of the day, that's a good thing. So if you have cells that are developing in a weird kind of different way, your body goes in and eats those cells up, and then it sends them out. It's also said that it goes in and eats the plaque out of your brains, and the plaque out of your brains leads to Alzheimer's and MS and all kinds of other things like that. So that's a positive thing. There's a lot of research that says that a majority of, maybe not a majority, I don't know, but there are certain cancers that are sugar-based cancers, and probably a lot of the cancers, sugar-based cancers. So if you go on a water fast and you're just drinking water, the cancer can't grow because it's not being fed. And if it's not being fed, it in turn starts to die. So it's just one of those weird things. I even heard, I think Dr. Berg one time on one of his shows said that he had a lady, when he started to realize fasting was something real, a lady came in and said she had cancer and she had all these tumors, and he said, there's nothing I can do for you. And she said, well, God's telling me to fast. And she went home and fasted and said, I'm fasting. She left him, and she came back a year later, and she had gotten rid of all of her tumors. She was basically cured. And he was blown away, and then he said, maybe there's something to this fasting, and started researching more. If that wasn't Dr. Berg, I don't know, but I think it was that I saw that on another thing he was doing. So anyways, bottom line is there's definitely some kind of benefit to it. Do we know exactly what the benefit is right now? That's to be determined. I don't exactly know whether we do or whether we don't know whether or not that is something that we can figure out. But I do know that I think in my heart, in my head, and in my gut, I believe that there is something to it. So ultimately, what is it? I think that it definitely gives you some autophagy benefits. It definitely attacks some of the diseases in your body. It definitely resets your body. I think it definitely helps you get fat adapted a little bit too. So I think that some times that I would consider it would be at the very beginning of my journey. If I've been eating junk food and I'm struggling and I just want to get into fasting, just want to get into the lifestyle a little bit, I think that's a great time to jump into one because it resets your taste buds. It allows you to get going. It'll give you great results in the beginning. So, but you do got to remember the second you start feeding, that weight's going to go back up. So if you lost 10 pounds, you're going to gain 5 back immediately. So the water's going to come back into your system, the food, and boom, your weight's going to go up. So you can't get frustrated if you're going to go on one of these. Your end numbers are not going to stay. You're going to rise a little bit afterwards. But at the end of the day, I think that the best method to do it, besides right when you start, is anytime you maybe not feeling quite right, you could do it. Trying to get whatever is out of you gone. But I think quarterly. I think if you just set up, hey, in the month of whatever month, I'm going to fast. And then, quarter of the way through the year, I'm going to fast, and again and again. And then you do a 3-day fast at the beginning of that month. And that way you don't have to think about it. It's just a done deal. It's a wrap. You just get up. You hit your little quarterly fast. You let your body use a little bit of autophagy. You don't overdo it with tons of autophagy because it can go the other way. I'm pretty sure research these days is saying the longer you go, that those great benefits of autophagy start to taper and start to become problems too. So, and you can, although I don't remember exactly how much muscle he lost, it was really minor compared to what you thought he would lose because they tested all that in that documentary. So, but once again, one last note, he gained all the weight back. So it's not an answer. The only way you're going to make it, the only way you're going to lose weight, the only way it's going to stick is if you change your life. That's it. There is no magic pill. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Make sure you guys give me a thumbs up if you liked it, if you learned something from the content. If you can, leave me a comment down below and just say, hey, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the video, good stuff. Or, hey, man, did you ever know this? Or you're wrong on that point. Whatever it is you got to do, leave me a comment down below. And then I will get you guys on the next one. I appreciate it. Make sure if you haven't already, you smash that subscribe button, guys. All the subscribers, all the love I could have, I appreciate it. I thank all of you for spending a few minutes with me. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.